Okay, so I'm about to show you how to do the custom necklaces using cardstock and some other tools that I got from Amazon, basically. So this is the chain we're going to be using. This is the chain. Cute. The UV resin that we're going to be using. This is the brand I use. If you have one better, use what you have. This is the tools I'm going to be using. Maybe all of them, maybe one. I don't know. More than likely, we're going to use these. So I'm going to use these right here. I'm going to be using this for the base. This is going to be on top of the base, like the background. And then this is going to be what the letters are going to be made of. So we have the necklace I'm going to be making. I want it to say favored. Because favored by God is lit. All right, so I don't really like this text right here. So let's see what else we have. So if you want to change the text, you just click on the font name. I have some bookmark that I wanted to try. So I'm just going to do, for the sake of the video, we're just going to use number 5. And so this is what it looks like regularly. But for one of our, we need 3 layers. This is the first layer, and then we're going to hit edit, scroll over, and we're going to do an offset. Now you see how big that offset looks? You can move this box around. See how big that looks? I don't want the offset to be that big, so we're going to scroll it down. Let's see if we can scroll it down some more. Yeah, I want it to be close, but not that close. Okay, so that's good enough, right? So we have the first layer done. You can bring it off, but I'll leave it on. So you keep it on, and then you copy the whole thing. So as soon as you tap outside, it takes the box away. You tap it again, it puts the box back on. So edit again, and we're going to do our 3rd layer. So let's see how big this is. No, I don't want it that big. Let's bring it out some more. All right, so I think that's fine. So actually, you don't even need a 3rd layer, but I'm gonna do one anyway, just to show you how I layered all 3. So hold on, that didn't take, or did it? Let's see. No, it didn't. So we're gonna put this back in the middle. Copy it, press edit. We're going to offset it again. All right, so there we go. We have a bigger circle around. I'm going to adjust it. Click done. So now we have 3 layers. We have 1, 2. Oop. Press undo. And if you mess up, just press undo. Take this off. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So we're just going to undo again. I don't know what's up with this second piece. I'm going to put that back, and we're going to put this back. So with the holes, I just bring up our circle and duplicate it. So basically we have 2 circles that's basically the same size, 2 inch by 2 inch. So I'm just going to bring this one down, or make it smaller if I can. Make it smaller. Make sure it's all lined up. You want to make it thick enough so when you put it on and you print it out, it doesn't get how can I say it? It has enough thickness to where the necklace can stick. So we're probably going to make this just a little bit. And then what you're going to do is you're going to highlight the whole thing. You're going to slice it. And then these you can basically delete because you don't need those anymore. So normally with my holes, I make them a 0.25. So you edit it, you make this 0.25, and then normally your height adjusts also. So you're going to move this, and we have to find a good spot on the necklace where we want this. So do we want our holes back here? Let's see. Or do we want our holes up here? All right, so we want to duplicate each one first. So basically, after we duplicate the holes, we have to put the holes in a place where we want the necklace to basically lay. So what I'm doing is I'm just trying to figure out if I want to put it at the top of the letters or in the middle. So I set it on in the middle, like where the indentation is. So I'm going to put the two circles there. And after you figure out where you want your circles to be, then that's when you weld the whole back piece together. So you're going to weld your first layer and the circles together. The second piece and the letters does not get the circles welded to it. All right, so now I just got to make sure everything comes together. So I'm going to put my first layer, my second layer on top of my first layer. Just to see, just make sure everything comes together. So if you notice when you're trying to see if they fit together, that is going on the back, just tap it and then hit the edit button. And then all you have to do is bring it to the front. Once you bring it to the front, then that's how you can see everything come together that way. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to size it down to 3 because I want the width to just be 3 inches long. And I let the length be whatever Cricut, suggested it be. So I left the length as it was. And I just changed the width. So then you're going to duplicate the first layer 4 times. So you see where I'm putting it off to the side because you only want 4 pieces for the first piece, the background. And then for the second layer, you want 4 of those. And I'm changing the color so that way I don't forget. So I don't forget what color I want to put in my Cricut, which I already know what colors I'm going to use for my Cricut because I laid them out in the beginning of the video. So this is just because I like everything to be separate and I need Cricut to know that I want these pieces cut at different times. Okay, if that makes sense. And so that's what I'm doing here. So I'm making sure I got the 4 of the first piece, the first layer, 4 of the second layer, and then 3 of the third layer. So then this is when, if you know how to use Cricut, you know how to use Cricut. Okay. That's just the settings. This is the settings, putting everything all in. For the first piece, I use heavy cardstock. For the second piece, I use metallic cardstock. And then the third piece, since it's glitter, the letters are glitter. So I'm using the glitter cardstock for the third piece. Okay. So now I'm putting the necklace together, gluing everything down. I use Mod Podge, the glossy kind, but if you have the matte kind, then that's fine too. But I like using glossy because it doesn't leave that much residue. So I hope y'all can still hear me okay. I had to use a different editing app because for some reason the sound went out when I was about to upload the video. So I'm trying to use, okay, well anyway, back to what the necklace, okay? So now I'm putting all the pieces together. I have my background black piece. I have the middle piece, which is the metallic silver. And now I am taking off the favored text, okay? Because the text is going to go on last. You can do this part in any order that you want, but I always go back, middle, and then the top. So I'm adding on the letters very carefully. You want everything centered and cute. You don't want it too messy. Add enough glue for it to stick, but don't overly add the glue because you don't want to clean up a bunch of glue residue, because once you put the resin on, you don't want the glue residue to be peeking under the resin, if that makes sense. So here it goes, just glued down, and I'm to have to wait for it to dry, of course. So I'm gonna sit this down and wait for the glue to dry for an hour, and then this is the finishing touches. For some reason, the other half, when I was adding the resin, got, you know, taken off, but all I used was UV resin and put it under a UV light. And here's some other projects that I did. The Big Mama chain, I added the charms on there. And then I have CC the jeweler. Let me know in the comments if you need me to go over anything else.